everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about a new guitar I got and what makes that guitar just a little bit better than the one that you would pick out directly on Sweetwater's site. So take two guitars on Sweetwater's site, exactly identical. One comes in with a 55-point inspection, and then the one I got and what makes it a little bit better. We're talking same brand, everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So the guitar you see, hi Foxy, come on over here, baby. So this is my brand new, and that's Foxy right there. This is my brand new PRS SE Zack Myers Semi Hollowbody in Myers Blue. Absolutely love this guitar. Fit and finish is incredible. I went through this with basically a magnifying glass, and I couldn't find anything that was bad. And by the way, because of my eyes, I did need to use a magnifying glass. But I couldn't find anything bad about the fit and finish, except something I caused myself. And I'll talk about that a little bit in a second. So what made this guitar better than could have come in if I had just ordered it, let it come directly to me, and gotten the standard 55-point inspection? Well, that is utilizing Sweetwater's Luthier service. And I want to talk about the things that I had done and the advantages it made for me. Now, the one thing I'll tell you is when I got the guitar, the setup was absolutely perfect. Played just the way I like it. The height of the strings, everything, the action, everything was just the way I like it. It stayed in tune. I burned it in for 2 weeks and had virtually no problems at all with tuning. Just some little minor tunings as the strings kind of, you know, settled out and got stretched and everything else. But other than that, it has been remarkable. So what did I have done that's different on this guitar? Well, basically, I had three things done. The first one was I got their Plek Pro Service. Now, Plek Pro Service is where they actually put the guitar on a machine and do this complete setup. And I'm going to explain it more in detail. I'm going to kind of show you on Sweetwater's website exactly how this is and what they do. But basically, I'll tell you, it just makes it play absolutely incredible. And we'll talk about that when I switch to the other studio. The other thing I got done is I got a tusk nut added as well. And because of the tusk nut and because of the Plek service, I needed to get new strings. Now this is funny. So I turned around and decided that I wanted to go with the Black Beauty because I wanted to try out a coated string, because I do a lot of sliding up and down the fretboard. I love to slide up and down the fretboard. And I had heard that utilizing the coated strings, this really works well. Well, the only issue is I have some sight issues. I have glaucoma, and I also have some bad cataracts that were just replaced recently. I had surgery on, and I have another thing, a significant amount of floaters, and this was because of an injury while I was in the Marine Corps. Long story. But anyway, so now looking here, when I look down, I can't see the strings. I can't see them, so it makes it very difficult to play. So I've got one or two choices. I could go back to my old strings, which is silver, and I could see. Or guess what? I could practice a little bit more and not have to even think about the strings. And probably, I would say number two is the best way to go. Now, the other thing I did is, I personally don't care for classic tuners. I don't know. I like a more modern feel, modern look, thinking that the guitar is going to last longer or whatever the case may be. I just like more of a modern look. Sort of like maybe a brand new Shelby Mustang over a 65 Mustang, something like that. You know, that's just my personal preference. So what I decided to do was turn around and get these chrome black Grover tuners to replace them out. So I also had that done as well. Now, the reason why I did that is I love the black chrome and the fact that my pickup rings are black, the pickups are black, the knob here is black. I just like that look and feel, and with the dark fretboard, I think it just all comes together. And then, of course, with this beautiful Myers blue top and the Myers blue headstock, just looks incredible. Now, the only thing about that is my sales engineer, Patrick, immediately when I told him I wanted the chrome tuners, he said, well, you got a little problem. And I said, well, what's that? He said, well, first of all, you know, the classic tuners have 2 screw holes in a different location, and it's a lot different than how your new Grover tuners go in. And what they could do was go ahead and fill the holes and kind of close it up, but they couldn't match the color on the back of the neck. And I said, you know what? I don't care about that. I personally don't. Because it's more about the front of the guitar anyway and the look. And even more so, it's more about the way it plays. But I do like those tuners. So what I'll show you is you can see in the back exactly how they plug the holes, but yet you can still see the actual the white color of plugging it, and you don't get the color back of what the actual back of the neck is, and the headstock rather, that type of thing. So at this point, I want to go ahead and I'm going to use the magic and I'm going to pop myself over to the other spot. Whoa, I made it. Okay, so let's get into Sweetwater's website real quick and let's talk about their guitar workshop, their luthier services, what they provide and so forth. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you so that you can see it. So the guitar workshop that they have offers a lot of different services overall, not just the ones that I talked about. They do setups, they do upgrades and mods, repairs, and of course, plecking, which I've actually had done, I think, on 4 guitars I've gotten through them so far. Absolutely been incredible, the quality that I get that comes in when I get those guitars. So anyway, let's go ahead. And again, like I told you earlier, this is not a sponsored video whatsoever, so that you are aware of that. All right, so when you get down, here's the current team, I believe, according to their photo. And as you move down, we can start looking into the pricing guide and the cost. So when you look at overall basic setup rates, acoustic guitars around $99, electric guitars with fixed bridge $99, $129 with a tremolo, locking tremolo bridge $159, and a bass guitar is $99. So that kind of gives you the overall of a basic setup. I would recommend that personally. Because if you're getting a guitar online, I don't think a 55-point inspection is enough. And of course, if you know how to do a setup yourself, then that's fine. But if you don't know how to do a setup, I recommend put in a little extra money just so you can get that quality setup. And you can work with a sales engineer for sure. What I'll do is I'll put a link to Patrick, my sales engineer, who's helped me out with setups and plecking and everything else. So his link will be in the description below as well for you. Also, the link here to the cost, the pricing guide, and so forth, I'll include as well in the description below. Plecking, which all pleckings include setups. So a basic plecking is $299. If you turn around and get a Plek with a bone nut upgrade, that is $379. And with the GraphTech nut, it is $379 as well. On the PRS that we just talked about, I did get the plecking with the GraphTech nut upgrade. And definitely it was worthwhile. Definitely happy with it. And we're going to break down what plecking is in a minute after we go through all these different prices and costs that they have available to you. The next area we talk about is nut and saddle installation. Just get a new bone nut
put in, 99 bucks. Graphtec nut, 99. Bone saddle, 99. Graphtec saddle, 99. Then of course bone nut and saddle upgrade includes the setup as well as 279. And then of course the things to remember is that you can upgrade your pickups as well if you want to get a different set of pickups. So single pickup is 99 bucks, multiple 149. Fishman Fluence is 299 and up. And of course, you're going to have to check with your sales engineer to find out what the cost of that is. EMG pickup kit installation is 199. And then of course, electronics, acoustic preamp installation is 99. You got your Taylor ES2 system. That includes the preamp is 349, loaded pickguard 99, control cavity shielding 199, installation switch 799, install switch, sorry, install jack 79, and install potentiometer is 79. And that install switch was 79, not 99. And then of course your hardware installations, strap buttons, strap locks, 49 bucks respectively. Tuners, 99 bucks. Bigsby install, include 199 and so forth. And then of course mods and install tremolo block, acoustic or simple pickguard. So, without me going through everything, they cover pricing wise. You can go back and look at this yourself, but they do everything from crack separation, headstock repair, rehydration fees, refit bridge, replace bridge plate, Evertune bridge installation, neck resets, deluxe fret polish. So you got fretboard stuff that you can do refret with standard fret wire. You can get it refret with stainless steel. And of course, you can get refret with Evo Gold if you like. So all of those can be done. You can see the prices. You'll be able to see the prices yourself. Level crown and polish your frets, $299. And they also have banjo services. So you can see right off the bat that they offer a lot of services. And these are things you can think about when you're getting a guitar online, because that way when you get it, it's going to be exactly the way you want it. All right, so that kind of covers all the different services that they provide. But again, anything that you want to get, I always recommend that you go through a sales engineer. Whoever your sales engineer is can go over this stuff in detail, can help you with recommended setups, what you like to play. All those stuff is gone over with the sales engineer to help you get exactly what you're looking for when the guitar comes in. So let's talk about a Plek service. So what is the advantage of a Plek service? Well, as you can see by what they're saying, Plek your new guitar for maximum playability. And I absolutely agree with that, because some of the guitars I've gotten, I didn't get the Plek service, and others I did. And every one that I got Plek service, after going through the entire process of discussing it with my sales engineers, talking about what kind of music I like to play, what kind of tolerances I like on my guitar, and what I like to do with it, it definitely made a big difference when they came in every single time. So when you talk about the service, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to bring this in a little closer for you so you can see it a little bit better, and hopefully that helps. So you can see when you look at the machine here, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring the page up more than anything, is so that you got a chance to actually see the machine that does the Plek service. You can see how your guitar gets set up, it gets put in a machine, it goes through a complete process, which, by the way, I recommend you come and check out the videos when you get a chance, which obviously I'm going to have a link to this page so you can watch the videos on the Plek service and what it's all about. It's basically a German crafted computer driven CNC technology. Boy, that's a mouthful. So what does it mean? Well, let's look down here. How does Plek work? A Plek machine works in the same fashion as a highly skilled luthier with decades of experience. After a fresh set of strings are installed, and by the way, you got to pay for those yourself. That's above the cost of your Plek Pro service. Using your choice of brand, type, and gauge. So obviously, I told you about those black beauties I got that I can't see. Um, anyway, engage. Your guitar's truss rod neck relief is adjusted optimally. Your guitar is loaded into the Plek Pro machine, which scans the guitar's fingerboard and frets, evaluating the string positions and height along the entire length of the neck. Then the Plek machine goes to work, automatically leveling and dressing the frets for maximum playability. The dress frets are polished and a fresh set of guitar strings are installed, resulting in a guitar that has the ideal fret job as it has been fussed and labored over by an expert luthier uh, until every note, every position, and every fret is consistent and rings loud and clear with unblemished tone. I actually agree with this. I definitely feel that between the guitars that hadn't been plecked and the ones that have that I've gotten, I definitely hear, feel, and see a difference. So that's my thought on it right off the bat. And then, of course, here is the video on it. I recommend you watch it. I'm not going to throw it on so you can watch it because there's no sense in doing that. You can go in and watch the video, tell you a lot more about it. And let me just say, what does the standard Plek Pro setup include? So let's just go through it real quick. First of all, setting your truss rod for optimal relief, installing your preferred brand and gauge of strings, which I said earlier, scanning your fretboard into the machine. It records all the measurements, setting the action to optimum height, precision machining your frets for the best playing experience, cutting the nut slot for better action and tuning stability. Of course, that is if you get a new nut, which in the case of this PRS that I just showed you, I did get that done, as I told you about. I got the tusk nut. Cutting nut slots, which is what I just said. Sorry about that. Polishing your. Let's go through these again. We'll fix it. So what is the stand? So what does the standard Plek Pro setup include? Here are the items here. I'll go ahead and read them off. Setting your truss rod for optimal relief, installing your preferred brand and gauge of strings, which you have to purchase separately, scanning your fretboard into the machine, recording the measurements, setting the action to optimal height, precision machining your frets for the best playing experience, of course, cutting nut slots for better action and tuning stability. That is if you get the optional nut ordered, whether it be the bone or tusk nut. Polishing your frets to a high shine. And of course, after that's done, installing a new set of strings and fine tuning neck relief. So after the final set of strings are installed, they do a fine tuning of the neck relief as well. So I guess I don't need to read through the rest of it. I just wanted you to be aware that this is available. It's a phenomenal thing for them to do. I know a lot of people out there don't believe in the CNC and talk about, well, just a person to do it manually. But the only thing I'll say is by doing it with this machine, it's going to come out perfect every time. And I've been absolutely happy with it. So I think that covers everything on this portion.
Hey everyone, thanks again for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and got some kind of information and knowledge out of it. If you would, I'd appreciate if you liked the video and subscribe. Just a quick reminder that once we get to the point that we can monetize the channel, every single penny that we are able to make off the channel is going to Guardian Angels medical service dogs. And that money goes to the cost of a dog and raising the $26,000 for training for each individual dog that is given to a veteran at no cost to the veteran whatsoever. Again, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you soon.